Joining me now in a rare studio appearance with reaction to the smear is Minnesota Congresswoman, the second most loved Republican woman, and hated.
You got it right. Thank you, Sean.
I one time said to her, second most hated after Governor Palin. He said, no, I'm also the second most loved.
That's right.
I have a quote here, Sheila Jackson Lee actually saying, all those who wore sheets a long time ago may have lifted them off and started wearing, and she got applause, clothing with a name, say, I am part of the Tea Party. Don't be fooled.
So think of that. Here you have a member of Congress saying that mainstream America, God-fearing, freedom-loving patriots who object to this out-of-control spending, now they're part of the KKK? That's essentially what she's saying. I don't know any more of a worse smear than you could possibly have.
No, because that's the point. It is one of the worst things you can say about somebody.
Well, racism is real. Racism is ugly. You hate racism. I hate racism. Most of your listeners out there, I'd say like 99.99999% of your listeners hate racism. So stop saying that normal people are racist when they aren't.
What do you think this is about? Because as I dig deeper into this, I think especially with the NAACP, we saw in 2000 the James Byrd ad.
Yeah.
You know, George Bush supported the death penalty for the people that committed that evil atrocity against James Byrd, the dragging death. It was absolutely horrible. So they didn't support hate crimes legislation. They run this ad, and it's like my father is being killed all over again. What do you think this is about? I think this is about politics and energizing the Democratic base, which they think right now is depressed heading into this midterm.
Well, Pelosi and Obama and everyone on the left are scared to death of the Tea Party because the Tea Party is the vibrancy and the energy and the movement that's going toward victory this November. And remember, the Tea Party is made up of disaffected Democrats, independents, Republicans, libertarians. You've got probably the most broad-based coalition, Sean, in modern times that are very upset with the Pelosi-Obama agenda. So what are they going to do? Smear mainstream America, because that's what it is.
Because look, we have veterans and stay-at-home moms that are showing up at town hall rallies.
African Americans, Latinas.
Because they don't like the direction of the country, and then they get smeared. Here's what bothers me. What evidence does anybody have?
That's the point. There isn't any. If you will look at a speaker at a Tea Party rally, the agenda, the blog postings, you don't see it. And you know, so I mean, if there's something there, you need to say, because again, it is a serious charge.
Obviously, when 38% of independents now support Barack Obama, that is not a good number heading into a midterm election. 55%. I've quoted this all week because it stands out and it is worth putting emphasis on. Think the term socialist is aptly applied to the President of the United States of America. So they can't run on their record that I see. Well, I mean, what is the record they're going to run on? Are they going to run on the stimulus, job creation, the Gulf oil spill? I mean, what do they run on?
Well, right, because America rejects the Pelosi-Obama agenda. Out of hand, they reject it. There's no question.
So they're 109 days out of the election.
Yeah.
I love Charles Krauthammer. I thought he had a good admonition.
Oh, he did. He said, don't underestimate President Obama. He's exactly right. And that's why nobody should count their chickens before they hatch in November. Nobody should take for granted just because the people oppose the Obama agenda that somehow Republicans are going to win, Democrats are going to lose. One thing Democrats really understand is how to win elections. Yeah, so everybody needs to get out and volunteer and give money and do everything that has to be done to get people to the polls the first Tuesday in November.
No, I agree. And Democrats can't run on their record, as we were just saying.
That's right.
So then the next thing is it's going to be about smear, slander, besmirch,
we saw the Washington Post article.
The Washington Post said they're digging up dirt.
They're digging up dirt on the Republicans. That's right.
Well, are they going to find any dirt on you? You can tell us right now. Let's get it out of the way. But they can dig up all the dirt they want on me. I'm not running for office. But it's interesting. So, but you can have confidence, but you don't want to be overconfident, right? I mean,
well, that's right. Run on a positive record. I mean, quite literally, we've seen Republicans bear up and really oppose this agenda and expose it for what it is. And Republicans have a lot of great ideas, despite what the media says, calling us the party of no. We've put our ideas out over and over. Plus, the Republicans are listening to the American people. We have a website, America Speaking Out, where we've tried to bring information. Plus, I just formed the Tea Party caucus.
You sent a letter to Nancy Pelosi.
I did, inviting her to go ahead and help us form this caucus.
That's not going to happen.
We're getting a little bit of pushback. We haven't gotten approval yet from the Speaker.
But she's targeted you the #1 person she wants defeated. What do you think it is about you that Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats do not want you in Congress?
Well, I think part of it is for years Democrats have felt that they're the party that speaks on behalf of women, speaks on behalf of African Americans, and speaks on behalf of Latinas. Well, guess what? We are not stereotyped. Women are capable, they're competent, they're intelligent, they can think for themselves. And I think now the Democrats are very afraid because women are leaving the Democrat Party and looking at what Republicans have to say.
What is it, though, about yourself, Governor Palin? When I was out in Minneapolis and there was,
we had a great event.
15,000 people at your event. But I asked you both this question. Maybe you've thought about it a little more since then. What is it about conservative women that liberals seem to despise, and the vitriol and the hatred towards Governor Palin, yourself, and others? What do you think? Where do you think this comes from?
Well, it's real. I think part of it is I think people are listening to what we have to say, and that is very threatening because we're exposing their agenda. And that's probably the most
I'll tell you what, I think
all.
it's more than that.
Okay.
I think you're effective. I think your message resonates. I think you're outspoken. I think you're an effective communicator, and I think they hate it. I don't.
Well, that'd be good then.
That'd be a good thing for you.
That would be a good thing. If we're effective, that's a good thing.
All right. Now, by the way, you're going to be at tomorrow morning for those people in New York, Long Island. You're supporting somebody who I was best friends with from 3rd grade.
That's what I understand.
My friend John Gomez. And
I like even though he's your best friend, I love John Gomez. He's a great candidate.
Yeah.
He's a great candidate, and he's running against Steve Israel. That's his opponent, and I cannot wait to go out there.
Steve Israel votes with Nancy Pelosi 99% of the time. I've invited him on this program on my radio show. He won't come.
Well, John Gomez told me that he would be a part of the Tea Party caucus in the United States Congress. We welcome him. We need John Gomez. And so I'm just hoping that a lot of people in Long Island will work for him.
Republican seats.
You know, I think we have to be very careful about that because I think we have a good chance, but it's not a sure thing. Because, again, Democrats really get the first Tuesday in November. And we may win the message war, but we've got to get the people to the polls.
I like it that you're not overconfident. I've been urging all my friends.
Do not be overconfident.
Do not be overconfident.
Do not be overconfident.
All right, Congresswoman, it's great to see you in New York. Thank you for being here.